Hello everyone and welcome back to Dove Peace Library. Today we bring you the third episode of our magical tale, The Three Shimmering Birds. Let's dive right in. The night was quiet, yet the forest seemed alive, whispering secrets only the wind could understand. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and blooming moonflowers. Laya's heart pounded in her chest, a steady drumbeat against the stillness of the night. For days, she had felt an invisible pull, a magnetic force drawing her deeper into the woods, a call she didn't understand yet could not ignore. It was as if a string was tied to her very soul, tugging her towards an unknown destination. She pushed aside a low-hanging branch, her boots sinking slightly into the soft moss. The air grew cooler, and the sound of trickling water reached her ears. When she finally reached the hidden stream, she paused, her breath catching in her throat. Moonlight streamed through the canopy of trees, dancing across the water's surface and turning the gentle current into a flowing river of liquid silver. It was a sight of pure, untouched magic. And there, perched delicately on the water's edge, were three birds. They glowed with an ethereal light, one in brilliant gold, one in deep sapphire, and the third in a soft, rose-red hue. They were exactly as she had seen them in her dreams, night after night. As she watched, frozen in place, she noticed one of the birds trembled, its magnificent rose-red wing bent at an unnatural angle. It let out a soft, pained chirp. The other two, the gold and sapphire birds, flitted nervously around it, their wings beating the air in silent distress. They watched Laya with shining, intelligent eyes that seemed to hold ancient wisdom. She knelt slowly, her movements careful and deliberate, unsure if she should approach. The birds were wild, magical creatures. But something inside her, that same unexplainable pull, urged her forward. It was a feeling of deep empathy, a desire to ease the small creature's pain. "Don't be afraid," she whispered, her voice trembling just slightly, barely disturbing the quiet of the glade. I want to help." The injured bird tilted its head, its dark eyes fixed on her as if it understood every word. A sense of trust seemed to pass between them. As Laya reached out a hesitant hand, her fingers brushed against its shimmering, rose-colored feathers. The moment she made contact, a sudden warmth surged through her entire body. It was an electrifying jolt, spreading from her fingertips all the way to her heart, making it flutter like a captive bird. Her vision blurred and the moonlit forest dissolved. A strange, powerful vision flashed before her eyes. She saw towering golden castles built upon clouds, rivers that shone like captured moonlight, and a grand hall filled with people with kind faces and shimmering clothes. They were smiling, laughing, and they were calling her name. Tears welled up in Laya's eyes as the vision faded, leaving her breathless and confused. She stumbled backward, gasping, the warmth receding but the memory of it lingering. I remember something," she whispered to the silent trees, "but it's gone again." It was like trying to catch smoke, a feeling of profound loss for something she couldn't even name. The other two birds, the gold and the sapphire, took to the air. They circled around her, their wings creating a mesmerizing halo of colored light. And then they began to sing. The melody filled the night air soft, magical, and full of a deep, sorrowful longing. It was a song that spoke of forgotten memories and a desperate hope for a reunion. It felt as if they were trying to tell her something vital, but the words were hidden just behind the beautiful, haunting music. Their song was a key, but she didn't yet know which lock it was meant to open. Laya reached out again, her resolve strengthened. This time, as she gently touched the injured bird, a bright spark of pure magic leaped from its feathers into her. Her whole body trembled with the force of it, and for a fleeting, disorienting moment, she felt herself change. Her human form flickered, and she saw, as if from outside her own body, a glowing, three-colored bird in her place, a creature of gold, sapphire, and rose-red light. But just as quickly as it appeared, the vision vanished, leaving her kneeling on the damp forest floor, heart racing and mind spinning in a whirlwind of questions. What is happening to me?" she whispered, her voice filled with a mixture of awe and fear. She was almost afraid to know the answer, to confront the truth that her simple life was a lie. The birds chirped excitedly, no longer fearful. They flitted closer, landing on the ground around her as if celebrating a long-awaited awakening. In that moment, Laia realized with absolute certainty that these were not just ordinary birds. They were connected to her in a profound and mystical way. They were guardians, or perhaps messengers, sent from her lost kingdom to find her. Her thoughts turned to the visions, the kingdom in the clouds, the family she longed to see, and a name. A name she had forgotten but somehow felt deep in her soul. A name that hummed with power and belonging. Aurelia. For the first time, Laia understood that her quiet life on Earth was only the beginning of a much larger story. Her true identity as the three-colored princess was calling to her across time and space. And this night, this encounter was the first step on the path to her destiny. Yet, even in the beauty and wonder of the moment, a shadow lingered at the edge of her memory. She remembered flashes from the curse, a powerful, dark sorcerer, a feeling of being dragged from the skies, and a pervasive sense of danger still waiting for her in the distance. The journey home would not be an easy one. Laia took a deep, steadying breath. She looked at the three shimmering birds, her guides and companions, and then up at the moonlit sky towards the stars that held her true home. "I will find out who I am," she whispered, her voice now firm with a newfound resolve. "And I will go home." The forest itself seemed to glow brighter in response, as if nature itself was affirming her vow. The three birds chirped in perfect harmony, their song now one of promise, a promise that they would guide her no matter the obstacles. This night marked the first step in the awakening of the three-colored princess. And though the journey ahead was uncertain, filled with forgotten magic and looming dangers, something inside her, a spark of courage, hope, and power had finally begun to burn brighter than ever. And somewhere far, far away, beyond the clouds and over the tallest mountains, the kingdom of Aurelian stirred. A faint shimmer of light, a whisper on the wind, had reached them, the first sign of their lost princess beginning her journey home. Do you want to know what happens next? If you're excited for episode 4, let me know in the comments below. Just write "next episode, please," and I will bring you the next part of this magical, emotional, and mysterious story. Your support means the world. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.